So, on this lesson, we are going to see how to configure data sources and how easy that is. So, from the portal, we are going to open OMS portal, and you are click here on the cog in order to configure our data sources. Remember that we have connected data sources in the previous lesson. We have connected the Windows computer, that you can already seen it here, and we have already a Linux computer. But what we need to configure is the data sources. In the data sources, they are typed. So we need to say which kind of data sources we want to configure. So we want to enable the Windows event logs, for example, system. I will create that one. And you can see here that it shows me all the types that it knows. And I could add them more if I want. I can also configure if you want to get the errors, the warnings, the information, or if, for example, I can disable a few. So this means that I'm going to collect the application and the system event log. Let's save it. Now the information is going to be sent to the agents, and the agents are going to send it to the system automatically. We don't need to restart the agent or anything like that. And I will also want to get some performance counters. So I will just here to add the selected one, and I can configure per performance counter the sample interval that we get. So the free space every 10 seconds perhaps is too much. So we say, okay, we just want every minute, and we can configure those by performance counters. So these are the Windows, and we can also configure the Linux performance counters. We'll select all the ones that are there by default, and we will tick this apply configuration to all machines, so I don't have to configure the agents one by one. So in terms of syslog, I will also want the daemon, the out, and you get the idea. We could have all the data sources from the syslog itself if you wanted, but those are enough for our purpose. So we are going to save it, and the agent is going to pick that configuration and is going to start sending the information in a minute. Remember, apparently it's not saved yet, sorry. And we can see here that we have already two data sources connected, and we can see here on the detail on the health solution that we installed previously all the version of the agents. We can see it by the category and the managed group and things like that. So these are things that are being collected. So what we are going to do now, we are going to do a log search to enrich an already existing event. So we'll just query for the event and the source Microsoft Windows logon, and we'll do a top just to get the first result, but we could do a top 5, for example. So, and this event occurs every time someone logs into the machine, but we don't know who it is unless we start looking at this parameter XML, which is not very searchable. So in order to add a custom field, we just need to say here, we want to extract the fields from the event. And this is a technology that learns from the data itself. For example, I will say here, this is a Microsoft research generated project that resulted in this. For example, this is something that is intelligent. So I'll say its event log system is selected from me, and I will accept it. And I accept this event ID, I don't want it. But then I will just select the field here. And now I will say the name, for example, Windows logon. And now I'll say the type is text, and I will say extract. I will say save extraction. And the next records that are going to be ingested are going to have a new field that is called Windows logon _ CF, which means custom field, that contains the value that will be extracted automatically from the example. So I didn't have to program anything. I didn't have to create regular expressions or anything like that. So the system is able to learn automatically from the data that it has and from the selection I did, and is going to extract the field automatically for me anytime someone does a login on the machine, so I can know who has logged in machines, and I could do queries to see who has been logged in without having to look at the XML field. So this is a way to create custom fields. If you go here to the data, you will see here that in the custom field, we now have this Windows logon custom field. They always have this suffix, and we can now use it in queries instead of looking at all the data and looking for it. So when the data is ingested, the field will be automatically added to the event types records. So we have seen how easy it is to configure event sources, and how even easier it is to add some custom fields to already existing sources. We could do the same for custom logs, but this is a simpler example, and I wanted to show how powerful it is without doing any amount of significant work.